There once was a boy who had a doll, though he never thought it strange at all. Perhaps his mother had hoped for a girl, a delicate damsel with hair all a-curl. Or maybe a daughter, a princess would be. But a boy was all she had, you see. So she gave him a doll to remind him of her, a friend to rely on, if ever there were. He held it and loved it and kept it close by, and hugged it and kissed it whenever he'd cry. He took the doll with him wherever he went, to fish in a pond or sleep in his tent. Some might have thought it odd for a boy, choosing to play with a doll, not a toy. Always together in whatever they did, and boy was he happy just being a kid. Now years passed by and the doll was forsaken and stowed in the attic where the clutter is taken. The boy was a man with no time for such things, like the love of a doll or the joy that it brings. He was making a living and climbing the ladder, and everything else, well, it just didn't matter. Long forgotten were the days without end, that gift from his mother, those times with his friend. Day after day, the doll sat in her box, in that dusty old attic with some second-hand clocks, with vases and pictures and hats on a shelf, and no one to talk to, a doll by herself. Now the mother was old when the time came to leave, so she summoned her boy to allow him to grieve. The mother grew weary and laid on her bed, and the son came in before she was dead. And just as he made his way to her side, she drew her last breath with a smile, and she died. The boy, now a man, laid his head on her shoulder and stroked her gray hair as her body grew colder. He wept with a shame that was born out of guilt, but suddenly he stopped and drew back the quilt. There, in the crook of her arm did lay, his mother gave back his doll that day.